Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group reading for the week of September 20th through to the 26th. September continues to be challenging. 2020 really has offered us many opportunities to learn and to be creative with the ways that we respond and overcome these challenges. I know most of us are at a point of exhaustion. There continues to be a lot of things occurring worldwide. The energies continue to be challenging. They are like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're blindsided and pushed right, left, up, down by these unknown energies. So this week I'm going to continue to support you in trying to overcome some of these challenges, dealing with that swirly, chaotic energy that's weighing us down. It's really bringing in that low vibration, those feelings of heartache, and most importantly, fear that is causing stagnation and adding to that burden. It is really important that we don't get stuck in those low vibrations, that we use our creativity, our passions, and most importantly, our talents to pull ourselves up, shake it off, and get going again, greeting our day, experiencing and learning all that we can. For this reading, the decks I've chosen are the Wizard's Tarot and then the Oracle of the Dragonfae. I felt we needed a little bit of tough love here. And I find that the Wizard's Tarot really gives us that tough love energy. And then the Dragonfae helps with kind of polishing it off really nicely with some healing and some insight. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. And the selections this week, my friends, I have Sodalite, I have Smoky Quartz, and then I have Auralite. I want you to quickly choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now, and then go in the description box below. I have timestamps. There you're going to find your crystal with that correlating timestamp. You click on that time and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Sodalite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week of September 20th to 26th holds for my Sodalite friends. What can my Sodalite friends expect from the week of September 20th through the 26th? Nimue, seek the counsels of crystals. Crystals are a fantastic tool and resource that we can use to support us in whatever it is we're trying to achieve. If we want to be grounded, if we want to be centered, if we want to protect ourselves, we want to calm some of those energies within. Their uses are phenomenal. And we're just tapping into that energy. Actually, I'm going to correct myself there. We're re-tapping in to this energy. We once knew it, and when we go to the other side, it's going to be more plain to us. We're going to understand it better. However, we've known for generations that crystals support us in our healing. They support us in our everyday. And this week, crystals are going to support you in that growth and, of course, in your healing. So let's look at this a little bit more, my Sodalite friends. What can my Sodalite friends expect from the beginning of the week? Judgment. It's the 20th card in the Major Arcana. Talks about that message, that song of the universe, and how we're not quite getting the full picture and we're missing key elements. We need to slow down. We need to start being more open to these messages. A lot of what's being shared with us right now contradicts our beliefs. It rattles that core system. It aggravates and infuriates your ego. We know that what's happening now, well, most of it's not working for us. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are aspects and elements that are working quite well, that are directed from that universal knowledge, that support us in what it is we're trying to achieve, support us with that soul's deeper journey. Pieces and aspects that we signed up for. And yes, some of what we signed up for was to experience elements and aspects that are challenging, both in a good way and sometimes in that heartache way. I know it's crazy to think about, but yes, we have signed up to experience a lot of aspects and elements that we in this current state can't even fathom why we would put ourselves in this situation. The important element is to learn and experience this challenge, this trying time. Taking that wisdom, applying what we know works, applying some of that direction. The high vibrational beings and the universe don't want to see us struggle. Yes, just like a parent, we do watch children figure it out in their own way, but we're there for a helping hand. And that's very much what we're looking at with the universe and those high vibrational beings. Unfortunately, most of us are adding fuel to fires. We're not taking that information or that knowledge and moving on. We're getting stuck. We're getting misdirected, and we're walking away from aspects and elements that are important to us. It's just we haven't figured that out yet. We need that guidance. We need that direction. The beginning of the week offers us that unique opportunity to reflect on and open ourselves up for that guidance. It's essential that we set things up with intention and, in some cases, with that support that we need so we feel more stable. We feel more open to receiving some of this information that we're resistant to. Let's go into the middle of the week. What can my Sodalite friends expect from the middle of the week? The Knight of Swords. Knights are that adolescent no fear energy. That sword, we're looking at that truth and knowledge. Depending on how open we are at the beginning of the week, it's going to really relate and reflect on what knowledge we're moving forward on. Some of us are going to be inspired because we're stuck. We don't want to be here anymore. We want to move forward. This guidance, this reflection will help with that movement forward. If we're still a little reluctant, we are going to see this horse start to slow down and in some cases stop altogether. We need to take that knowledge for knowledge's sake. The Suit of Swords isn't about the emotion. It's about the knowledge. It's cold hard steel. We as emotional beings like to attach that emotion to events, to situations. We need to follow our head, not our heart. Because it's our heart that attaches that heartache, that fear to situations, to events. And that's what slows us down the most. Fear and pain. What about the end of the week? What can my Sodalite friends expect from the end of the week? The Ace of Cups. That Holy Grail. It's up to us. We have that right of free will. And it can be a curse and a blessing. We need to, be active participants in our lives. Take that cup in one hand, take the rein in another, and get moving on things. Stagnation causes further stuckness. When we start to focus in on that fear, on that hurt, it's a slippery slope. And we become more and more stuck until the only thing that can set us free is that tower. And we don't want that tower. We want to have that free will. We want to use our intuition. We want to gain the guidance from that support. Most importantly, using our knowledge, our skills, our abilities to charge forward. And just like this horse, sometimes even jump clear of those obstacles. Let's look at the challenge, because stagnation, the energies, it's not all that we're looking at. It never is. What challenge will my Sodalite friends face for the week of September 20th through the 26th? The Four of Cups. Now, fours in tarot are about stability. That cup, again, we're looking at that intuition. And it's in that intuition and that disconnect that we're going to have the most challenge. The Four of Cups talks about missing that key element, that puzzle piece that the universe keeps trying to send to you. We're focusing so intently on 3 cups. We're missing one. So it might be hard to see, but he's got 3 cups on his desk. And he's really focused in on this. And he's got that mundane kind of, is this it? Behind him, there's cobwebs and that 4th cup. There's your 4th cup, my friends. This week is about reconnecting in with that Holy Grail. Reconnecting in with those elements and pieces that we have been missing. And that is the key element. It's what Judgment is trying to kick this week off with. Giving you that direction, giving you that purpose. And the rest of the week is about getting that purpose going and grabbing that fourth cup, bringing it off the shelf, and taking that big drink. We can't be idle bystanders anymore. We need to be active participants. When we sit back and watch the world go by, we're missing the bigger picture. We're missing why we're here. Let's go on to some blessings. What blessing can my Sodalite friends embrace for the week of September 20th through to the 26th? Heideke's Door. I love this card. This little dragon is sitting on a door knocker. Super easy to miss. However, once found, once embraced, that is when the true magic happens. Those connections occur. This card talks about slowing down and, well, being mindful and paying attention to what's occurring around you. Not only will that help with those messages, with that guidance, but it's going to also help with that connection, that understanding of what's occurring right in front of you. We get our blinders on. We get focused in on those daily tasks, and we start to miss out. And this card talks about taking that time, connecting in, and searching out those missing puzzle pieces. Ain and the Guardian. In the introduction, I talked about how it was really important that we connect into our journey. Some of that journey was going to be more challenging than other aspects. Yet we still signed up for this. We signed up knowing that this lifetime was going to be, well, epic. In most of our lifetimes, we have seen things like the Berlin Wall fall, the Twin Towers fall. We have seen people stand up, support each other, and unite. We are standing up to a virus that is, well, scaring the hell out of a lot of people. When we're working together as one, we're more able to overcome those bigger pieces. What this card talks about, it says born innocent underneath of it. It talks about how we are all at the heart and at the core, that energetic soul. We are innocent, we are loving, we are caring. It is life that jades us. You don't see children that are small and toddling around jaded. You see them exploring, you see them loving each other, loving everything, tasting everything. It's exciting. We need to get rid of some of this armor and start loving ourselves and connecting in and nurturing and caring for everyone around us. Like I said before, together we will stand, and we have done through countless generations. Now, this card is the 12th card. I know it's really hard to see in this deck. It's like microscopic small. The 12th card. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is the 12th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have that multiple 12, The angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening, which is very true for you guys this week. The more we're able to connect in, the more we're able to grab that sword and those reins, grasp hold of that cup, we're going to find that we're going to connect those dots. We're going to connect in to what it is we have put that armor up against. We're going to gain that fulfillment. Most importantly, that abundance is going to roll in, because we're going to take down that dam and allow that amazing connection to occur. So we're going to end off on any final insight. Woo, that one wanted out. Thoughts. And that one went under the table. I asked that they keep them on the table. That one went under. Any thoughts, insight, and wisdom that we can share with my Sodalite friends for the week of September 20th through the 26th? Sometimes they get so excited that the card that they really, really need just popped up. So the first card, the Three of Pentacles. The card I like to call the Triforce Perfecta. When we work with ourselves in harmony, when we work with those physical support people, our family, our friends, again in harmony, plus we add those high vibrational beings, that universal energy. Those three elements working in cooperation, in harmony, creates the magic that supports us through the toughest of times. And that's what we need to focus in on. Yes, that support and connection through our intuition and through our clairs and our amazing high vibrational support team is fantastic. We can't forget the amazing support that our physical team provides, because we can't do this alone. We were never meant to. It is vital that we work with all these different groups and supports. They have different roles to play in our lives, and all of it is going to support us in overcoming not only that global challenge, but the challenges that we feel every day. Additionally, and I just said this as we drew this card, that connection and understanding to self. Taking that time, working on that connection to our higher self, taking down some of that armor, and then charging forward will support you in, well, not only feeling more connected to your support team, but more connected and gaining a greater understanding of what we're trying to achieve. Then we had the Chariot, the seventh card in the Major Arcana. The Chariot, it talks about using our willpower and our courage to go forward. And unlike the Knight, who doesn't have all the knowledge and wisdom of what the King and, of course, what the Chariot carries, the Knight has a tendency to follow orders or follow his or her gut and charge forward. This is that adolescent energy. The Chariot follows his own orders, using his power, his innate skills to overcome and conquer. There is no question in his mind whether or not he will succeed. And it's through his conviction that he succeeds. And we need that same mindset. We're looking at challenging some of those core beliefs. We're going to rock the boat a bit here. And because we are rocking the boat, that is why we have the Nimue card. We need that stability. We need that foundation to be able to start to push things a bit. Examine and release what's not needed. Through the use of crystals, we are able to add that extra strength that may, well, be needed to overcome those challenges. Because, like I said, we have the Four of Cups as a challenge. And it's that missing piece that's the biggest part of that challenge. We also have a 4 as a challenge. And it's that stability and that foundation that's going to be rocked a bit. We can overcome that 4 as a challenge through the use of crystals, through the use of other skills, meditation, visualizations, essential oils. There's so many that we can use to support us in gaining that foundation that we need. Now, the Chariot also talks about balance. He uses his willpower to push his chariot forward without reins and balance the dark and the light. And we need that balance within ourselves so that we have that ability to take on whatever we're going to face without hesitation. Now this is the card that decided to hit the floor. The Sun. The 19th card in the Major Arcana. And it sheds its warmth and love and really brings light to our reading. It was getting a bit dark because we are going to be, well, rocking the boat a bit. And anytime we rock the boat, it can feel kind of hard and a little bit gloomy because you're going into some of those foundations that need to be purged, that need to be released because they're not serving you. We need to focus in on those aspects, that cup, that are going to give you that life-sustaining fulfillment. Help you to gain the insight, the experience that we signed up for. The Sun really helps to shed that love, that nurturing to you, to your support system, and to this week. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this reading, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so that you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you want to support me in making more videos, I have a Patreon page. And like all Patreon pages, I've got lots of tiers and perks. And of course, my perks, you're looking at free readings and healings. Plus, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos. I want to be able to support those who are supporting me. Now, I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Sodalite friends. Hello and welcome, my Smoky Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Smoky Quartz friends. What can my Smoky Quartz, whoa, that card wanted out. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the week of September 20th through the 26th? Dreamcatcher says dreaming your wisdom. Well, I know that I really encourage my clients and my students to use that dream time to their advantage. Setting intentions before you sleep, whether it be for a small nap or for the night, you can get a lot more done. You can ask those high vibrational supports, your guides, your guardian, an archangel, dragon, unicorn, you name it. The list is long. To support you with your healing and your learning. Now, I always add an end tail piece to this because most of us don't remember what we dream. I ask my support team to help me remember what it is they shared, especially when it comes to that knowledge piece. Knowledge is going to support us in moving forward, giving us direction, ideas, coping mechanisms. There's so much that knowledge and learning can provide. And it's a shame if we don't remember it when we wake up. So asking that amazing support team to help you remember when you wake up. And then, of course, I encourage my students and clients to have a piece of paper or a journal and a pen at hand, right beside your bed, whether it be on the floor or a table, so that you can jot down and draw and get that information out. That practice of information, well, automatic writing or drawing, just getting it out supports you in your learning and tapping into skills and abilities that we've forgotten. So using this time to your advantage. Yes, we can restore our physical body, but that spiritual and emotional self can gain so much if we put in some intention and ask for some help. So let's look at this week a little bit more, my Smoky Quartz friends. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Star, the 17th card in the Major Arcana. The Star is our hopes and dreams card. We're looking at that evaluation and reflection on where our hopes and dreams are. Have they kept up with our progression, with our evolution? Or is it time to rejig them a little bit? Tapping into those hopes and dreams, bringing that, balance into play, and then starting to strive for some of those long-term pieces. I know many people call this the wish and the hope card. Hope, absolutely. Wish, sure. But you have to be an active participant in it. You can't just have that fairy godmother come in and make it happen. To tell you the truth, we don't gain as much from having people or things handed to us. We need that work. We need that hands-on connection. The beginning of the week, we're looking at rebalancing and ensuring that our direction and purpose has meaning, has fulfillment for us. The second piece that this card is suggesting that we take heed of is that balance. She's pouring energy onto the water And it can be a little bit challenging to see because there's a lot of blue on blue, but she's pouring energy onto the water and then onto the land. That balance of self, that energy flow is going to be essential. Ensuring that we feel balanced within ourselves, balanced within our lives, and starting to work on some of that healing so that our chakras are flowing, so that we've got that energy flow within ourselves. The more our chakras are flowing within harmony of ourselves and the universe, the stronger we feel, the healthier we feel. Taking that time, the beginning of the week, to reflect, to participate in activities that bring you that calm, that centeredness, and that balance. And if you're a Reiki practitioner or you work with your chakras, starting to work on those as well will support you to revitalize yourself for the week and months to come. Let's go on to the middle of the week. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? Wow, the Magician. We go from the Star to the Magician, one major arcana to another. The Magician talks about using our skills, our abilities with everyday aspects and creating that magic. Additionally, the Magician also connects into that universal energy by drawing it down. He's known as the lightning rod of the universal energy. In the original card, he had one hand pointing up and then he had two fingers pointing down to the earth. We're looking at two cards, kind of the yin and yang of that universal flow in your reading. It's time to really bring in that balance of spirit and physical, self. Using your skills, your abilities, and incorporating those everyday aspects. Those tools that we use to support us along the way. Things like meditation, crystals, Reiki, those different tools. We need to combine our skills and our abilities in creative and new ways to not only benefit ourselves, but everyone around us. We will find invigoration and inspiration through the use of our skills and our abilities in unique and creative ways. That inspiration, that creativity comes from within. We can't keep doing things the same way because we know that the same way and the old way isn't always right. Questioning, examining, and reflecting on what you're currently doing, where you're going, will support you with experiencing all that you can, using this lifetime to your advantage. Now, I know with reflection it can be challenging and somewhat mundane. You've got to go back to our original card, that wisdom, that guidance, and that's exactly what we need this week. Instead of trying to burn ourselves out and trying to connect in and do more during our day, the high vibrational beings are saying, you're already doing so much right now. Let us help you in a time when you may not, expend so much energy. Again, using our time more wisely and more efficiently. We don't have to keep adding extra burden onto our lives, onto our day. So let's go on to the final card of the week. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the end of the week? Judgment, the 20th card in the Major Arcana. A clean sweep of Major Arcana, my friends. This week is that major life shift. Judgment talks about those messages, that wisdom, that guidance from the universe and the high vibrational beings. When we're starting to hear the music and melody of the universe and allowing that to guide us forward, the more we're able to reflect on current practices and direction, the more we're able to connect in and use those tools and skills in our everyday practice to the best of our ability, we are going to gain the insight and direction of the universe. Not only will we have a better connection through sleep, we'll have a better understanding of where it is we want to go and how we want to get there. The high vibrational beings want to support us. They want to find ways of less resistance. They know we've been struggling to hear their messages, to receive that direction, that wisdom. So that's why they're suggesting that sleep practice. Our ego is asleep with us and doesn't put up that resistance. This week offers you that shift, that directional shift that is going to support you in finding more fulfillment in your everyday, where you're going to find that abundance in all aspects of our lives. And it's through that fulfillment and abundance that we gain that meaning and connection. So let's go on to some blessings. What blessing can my Smoky Quartz friends embrace for the week, of September 20th through the 26th? The Elder. Heed wise counsel. Very true and very connected into what we've been saying. We need that direction. We need that support. Or else we're going to stay in that same kind of stuck mode. This week is about connection, about understanding, and about making some shifts and choices for your greater good. We were never meant to do this journey alone. It's time to connect in and gain that guidance from the source. The group that has that big picture perspective. Because right now, there's nobody on this plane that has that big picture perspective. Queen Unala, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Queen. A brilliant solution is on the way. That's the important part, not how I totally just destroyed her name. That solution, that understanding is going to be clear. Her third eye chakra and throat chakra are shining bright. I said earlier that those chakras are essential. Your throat chakra is about communication. Hearing and understanding that wisdom that is being received, and sharing the words and your true voice. Having you be heard, and not just the propaganda and ego-driven aspect of ourselves, not that fluffiness. The core self, those true feelings, those true thoughts, be heard and understood. That's what the throat chakra is about. Your third eye, of course, we're looking at those clairs, that connection, all of your senses. when we can start to receive and understand information from all our clairs, our true and clear information, clear seeing through clairvoyance, clear hearing through clairaudience. That's when we start to gain that direction. Now, if you want to work on your clairs and you want to work on that connection, last week I did a meditation with Archangel Raziel where he supports you in opening up those clairs, opening up that intuitional sense. Be a fantastic tool to support you in this connection and this understanding. It's a bit longer, I think it's almost 45 minutes long, but Archangel Raziel helps to clear us out and then connect us in to those clairs. It was a fantastic meditation, so if you visited it before, you can revisit it. I love my meditations because they continue to give you that healing and insight that you need as you need it. So we're going to wrap up with any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my Smoky Quartz friends for the week of September 20th through to the 26th. Oops. The Queen of Pentacles talks about that nurturing and that stability. We're looking at a lot of that astral and spiritual work. The Queen of Pentacles is reminding us to ensure that we have that grounded state, that we're not all up in the air, because without that stability, we're going to miss a lot of this information. You have to have that balance and that stability. The first card we drew was the Star, and she's one of the balance cards. So ensuring that we have that practice, using those crystals, those visualizations, those meditations to support us, ensuring that we have that stable foundation. Additionally, she's encouraging us to nurture ourselves. This is a time where we're looking at shifting, that we're looking at changing. And that change can be really hard for us. Our ego starts to come in and, well, tantrum, if you will. And tantruming egos, well, they cause stagnation. Taking that time, setting those intentions for you, whether it be through meditation and connection to your clairs. Again, you're taking that time to nurture and heal you. Setting those intentions for those dream pieces. Ensuring that we are cleansing and clearing ourselves throughout this practice. This is going to bring up some residual low vibrational energy that is going to cause, well, our ego to react. The Five of Swords. And there's your ego. The tantruming ego of a 5. Fives in tarot, they talk about that challenge, that conflict. And your ego is going to do that. It's going to tantrum and freak out at you because you're looking at doing a shift. Change and shifting causes your ego to start to tantrum, start to take prisoners. Throwing that knowledge, that experience back at you because it causes that fear. It stimulates that heartache. Your ego wants you stagnant and stuck because it perceives you as safe. And this week is anything but safe for your ego. Now, I really didn't do the challenge. It wasn't something that I was drawn to do, because the biggest challenge you're going to have this week is going to be your ego. That ego is going to cause you the biggest challenge. Through self-doubt, through questioning, and, like I said, bringing up those past experiences. Your ego will not hold any prisoners. The Page of Pentacles. Pages, they're that childlike, innocent energy. That pentacle, we're back to that earthy, grounded nature. Again, well, we have those pentacles flanking that ego. The more grounded you are, the more stable you feel, the more able you're going to be to take on that insight, that direction, and, well, deal with your tantruming ego. Allowing that page to explore, to receive information and guidance, and use that playful, inquisical energy of that page to create new ideas, new possibilities. Help you understand that direction more fully. We shouldn't dread this week. Actually, we should use, well, a page out of the Pages book. Putting those rose-colored glasses of a child on. We need to view this week and these opportunities through the perspective of a child. That inquisical, playful, excited energy. The more we can gear ourselves up and prepare ourselves, set those intentions, the more we're going to be able to get out of this week and start to, well, make that shift that is possible for you. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And I know lots of people have Patreon pages. And just like lots of Patreons, I've got many tiers and perks. And of course, my perks, we're looking at free readings and healings. However, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos. I really enjoy supporting my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Smoky Quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Auralite friends. What can my Auralite friends expect from the week of September 20th through to the 26th? Chumara, Web of All, talks about those connections. We are all connected in some distant way. Similar to a web, you have different aspects and pieces that are closer and farther apart, with multiple connections or that single connection. And for us, it's that universal energy and that source that connects us all. And that's what we're going to be focusing in on, my friends, is the importance of that connection, strengthening certain connections, and allowing others to, disentangle and be released with only that source connection holding you together. We don't have to be so ingrained and intertwined with each other. We can support each other through a distance, while others we want to support more fully. Not everybody is on the same path we are. Not everybody is open to that amazing energy, to this experience as others. And we've all come in contact with individuals who come from a different perspective. And I don't mean a different culture or a different ideal set. I'm talking about a different vibrational wavelength. They are after that monetary goal. They're functioning from that low vibration. And those are the individuals that we want to disentangle ourselves from. We want them to be that lone spindly spider web that's flowing in the wind. The less connection you have to them, the less contamination and energy sucking you're going to have. People who are functioning from that low vibrational point or mindset has a tendency to draw our energy away from us. We feel depleted, we feel exhausted and overwhelmed. It's time that we start to look at that support system and ensure that it is coming from that positive, high vibrational aspect. We need to release those lower vibrational individuals so that they don't have such control over you. Let's look at this week a little bit more. What can my Auralite friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Nine of Wands. Nines are about all that we've lived through, all that we've achieved. That wand, we're looking at that fire, that willpower, that drive. Now the Nine of Wands talks about that support system. We have a support system. It's now time to reflect on how supportive those individuals and beings are, how they're impacting you. Because you do have individuals that stand behind you that are drawing your energy from you, and not in a good way. We do support and nurture each other, so we offer our energy, our love, our time, our resources. You have those individuals who continue to draw and suck until there's nothing left. We need to make sure they're not right behind us, that they're not part of that backbone. We need that very stable and positive support system behind us that has balanced relationships. There's that give and that take, that yin-yang of a relationship. So the beginning part of the week, we need to make some pretty hard decisions. We need to start reflecting in on those relationships and how positive and how negative they may be. What about the middle of the week? What can my Auralite friends expect from the middle of the week? These weren't the decks I was initially choosing for this week. I think I had like the Crystal Visions Tarot or something. But I made some quick changes at the last minute. This is the deck we really needed, especially with some of this imagery. Because for this reading, this card is just nailing that visual representation of how some of that support may not be so supportive. The Two of Cups. In the middle of the week, we need to do some reflection, well, on self, and should you be in a relationship, that relationship. The middle of the week, we need to evaluate our connection and understanding of self. That's a global. For all my Auralite friends, we need that reflection of self. We need a better understanding of who it is we are and how we're interpreting and working within ourselves. That relationship with self is just as important as the relationship with others. Many of us do have almost an antagonistic relationship with ourselves. The middle of the week, we do need to do some reflection on that. And in, most cases, working on some of that healing. I've done a number of meditations with different archangels, and the two that are coming up that will be most beneficial in the middle of the week is Archangel Shamuel for that self-love, and Archangel Zadkiel for that forgiveness. I want you to be able to have tools that are going to support you. That's why I have so many different meditations. Meditations are an easy way for you to work with you and work on you. Well, that isn't going to cost any money and isn't a great time commitment. They're about 30 minutes long. Now, for my Auralite friends who are in a relationship, the middle of the week is also asking you to reflect on that relationship. Anybody in that intimate relationship needs to reflect on how supportive or how unbalanced that relationship is. This is a time where we're looking at balancing things out so that things are more positive for everybody involved. All right, let's go on to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring, my Auralite friends? The Hierophant. The fifth card in the Major Arcana, and we're looking at that gatekeeper. The Hierophant can symbolize a teacher. So if you do have a teacher in your life, again, reflecting on that relationship. Yes, they're holding knowledge, however, they're not greater than you. They don't have all the answers. So reflecting in on that relationship, ensuring that they are the individuals that should be teaching you. Because through that reflection, you're going to be able to gain a better understanding of what information is coming in and how critical you need to be. The more we're able to analyze and reflect, the greater our understanding of us, our support system, and what releases and shifts we need to make. Now, another aspect of the Hierophant, he's kind of the keeper of keys. He is one of the pillar cards. And they're easy to see in the Major Arcana. They're the individuals that are sitting in between, usually, two pillars. The High Priestess, the Justice card, the Hierophant. You even have the Moon included in on that. They are doorway cards. They support us in going on to that next phase. The Hierophant came in at the end of the week because we do have, if you will, a rite of passage. A rite where we're going to be opening more opportunities, more possibilities, because our relationships and our connections are more positive for us, raising our vibration, so we have that opportunity to start seeking out amazing new possibilities, new ideas, new opportunities that are going to support us on our journey to experience what it is we need to experience. So let's look at the challenge for the week. What challenge will my Auralite friends face for the week of September 20th through the 26th. And I apologize for the incessant beeping that is occurring throughout this video. My neighbors are redoing their backyard and have a bobcat. They were supposed to do it over the weekend and apparently they didn't. So it's going to be in the video. So the challenge that you guys face, besides the reversing beep, is the Three of Swords. Now, in tarot, most cards have lots of meaning, except for the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords usually means that heartache. Whether you're stuck in it or leaving that heartache. And it's going to be up to us how we deal with it. Our ego is not going to sit kindly through this reflection. Our ego is going to start to have a bit of a tantrum, a hissy fit, that we are even questioning the people in our lives. Going to bring up all those heartache and sad moments when people left us, when we felt hurt and vulnerable. We need to check into that. We need to start to heal and work with ourselves on that past trauma. Because having individuals in our lives that are abusive, that suck our energy dry, that just take from us, depletes us and our ability to find that joy and fulfillment within our lives. Let's go into a blessing. What blessing? Oh, that one needed out. Can my Auralite... So did that one. What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace for the week of September 20th through the 26th? Sometimes the cards really need out. They get so excited and start throwing my cards everywhere. Lady Luna Magic. Synchronize with the lunar time and energy. Talks about that feminine goddess energy. That connection to that nurturing energy to care and nurture us. This week is about that nurturing. This week highlights the importance of nurturing self. Taking care of ourselves through reflection and through some decision making on individuals and aspects of self. Those relationships are a key and vital piece for our path and journey forward. There are some individuals and some aspects of self that we need to start to release and have less of a connection with. And I acknowledge that some of those individuals are connected through family or through connections of other beings and other people. But like a spider web, you don't have to have that close, intimate relationship. You can have those protections in place so that they're not sucking out your energy, so that they're not making those demands and having the control over you. The more you have positive, balanced relationships as the backbone to you, the more nurturing you are to yourself. Positive, balanced relationships give and take. And we need to start to give to ourselves so that we're able to give to others. I'm not even going to try the second name here, but Queen. She is, underneath of it, it says, a brilliant solution is on its way. And she's right. That reflection, that knowledge goes a long way to those opportunities and possibilities. Now, her throat and third eye chakra are lit up. The throat chakra is about communication. Not only being heard, but truly being heard. That true heart-centered self. Being heard by those around you. Being heard by that positive support system. And then, we've got the flip side to this. You truly hearing that support system. You truly hearing you. That communication is, well, at the heart of what we need to start out with. And then, her third eye. And that's connected into your clairs. Those clear and all-knowing senses that we have. Last week I did a meditation with Archangel Raziel. And this is exactly what we looked at. Those clairs. He actually supports us in connecting in and using our clairs during that meditation. It's a bit of a longer meditation at, I think, 40-45 minutes. However, it's amazing because it does support us in connecting into skills and abilities that we haven't connected in with for some time. Another fantastic meditation that you can participate or re-participate in to continue working with those clairs. So we're going to end off on any final insight, thoughts, and wisdom that we can share with my Auralite friends for the week of September 20th through the 26th. Temperance, the 14th card in the Major Arcana. She's the balance card. Having our energies flow throughout us, having our clairs. We've got our throat chakra, our third eye chakra here. This one depicts our crown. Having all our clairs functioning in harmony with ourselves and in accordance with our rhythms and that universal energy. Additionally, she talks about that balance. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, Temperance had 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water, making sure that we have equal time and energies in that physical space and that spiritual. So that balance and energy flow is going to be essential. We don't want to hyper focus in on this and make it our soul's journey to nitpick every relationship. Rather, the relationships that we're looking at are the predominant relationships in our lives. The ones, and we know the ones that we need to look at, that are causing us that added burden and are taxing our energy systems. They're the relationships that our ego screams, no, we can't touch. Those are the ones that we need to look at. Not everybody, because that's not balance. And it's up to us to ensure that we're efficient with this. We don't need to dawdle on things. We don't need to reflect and hash out all those past experiences. We know whether or not the relationship is positive and balanced. It's how you're going to move forward and how much you can release that relationship. The Queen of Pentacles goes back to that nurturing. We need to be kind and gentle with ourselves, because what we're talking about is making a shift, making that change. That change is for the better, doesn't make it any less challenging. Taking that time, nurturing us, caring for us in ways that are meaningful for, well, you. The Queen of Pentacles also highlights the importance of being grounded and stable as we do this reflection, as we do this work. using those tools, those crystals, those visualizations to our advantage. Prepping beforehand, knowing that this might be a bit of a challenge for us, a challenge that we need to persevere through. So using those tools that we have right at hand that we can rely on. Well, not surprising, Death, the 13th card in the Major Arcana, and we're looking at a card of release. The importance of releasing relationships, situations, and aspects of self that aren't serving us, that aren't for our greater good, that are holding us back, causing stagnation, causing energy depletion, causing us to feel, well, really crappy. Death is here to support us in this shift and in this transition. We can utilize this energy to our advantage because it is here to support us in, well, clearing out and releasing some of those connections that we have to people, to aspects of ourselves, to situations. To add to Death's release, you can call on Archangel Michael to help sever some of those connections. Similar to a spider web, when we have that connection to people, we have tethers to each other. That's how people start to draw our energy out. Archangel Michael can use his sword of truth and, well, slice through them quite easily and effectively. Going back to that nurturing aspect, you can call on Archangel Raphael to help heal and help nurture you through that severing. And do not be surprised the minute Archangel Michael cuts through that cord. If those individuals don't have this weird sensation to contact you, to text you, to get together, they want to re-establish that cord. So again, you're going to have to make those decisions for your greater good. How do you protect yourself? How do you ensure that that tether doesn't become a siphon for your energy? Now, we do have obviously double 13s because we have the 13th card in the Major Arcana and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen is the 13th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have multiple 13, the angels are telling you to calm your mind so you can receive the intuitive messages and ideas that you need. And it's that intuitive connection, that third eye connection that we're looking at. Receiving those messages to help you, well, get through some of this rather hard week. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. I know a lot of people have Patreon pages, and of course mine has lots of tiers and perks. And shockingly enough, my perks, you're looking at free readings and healings. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos to support those who support me. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends.